Hello, my name is Laura Joy, and I'll be reading Genesis 21. So this is right after Abraham went to Gerar and told the king Abimelech that his wife Sarah was his sister, and she was his sister through his father, but not his mother, so he married her. And this was in the beginning of time, so genes weren't broken down yet, so it wasn't as bad back then. And this was before the law of Moses too. And the king of Abimelech was warned in a dream not to take her as his wife. So he, instead of being mad at him like he was upset, he's like, "Why did you do this to me?" But he said, "You can dwell with us," and he gave him lots of gifts. So Genesis 21. And the Lord visited Sarah, and he said as the Lord did to Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived and bore Abraham a son in his old age, and at the set time of which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born to him, whom Sarah bore to him, Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him. Hold on. Let's look up the word Isaac. Okay, Google. What does the name Isaac mean?
According to Shinos, the name Isaac is a Hebrew baby name. In Hebrew, the meaning of the name Isaac is, he laughs. Laughter, the only son born to Abraham and his wife Sarah.
Ah. So laughter. He laughs. He must have been laughing. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. And Sarah said, "God has made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me." And she said, "Who will have said Abraham that Sarah should have given such children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age." And the child grew and was weaned, and Abraham made a great feast in the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw that the son of Hagar, the Egyptian, which she had borne Abraham, mocking. "Why," she said to Abraham, "cast out this female slave and her son, for the son of this female slave shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac." She's caught in her own trap. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. And God said to Abraham, "Let it not be grievous in your sight because of the lad, and because of the female slave, and all that Sarah had said to you. Listen to her voice, for in Isaac shall your seed be called. And also the son of the female slave will I make a nation, because he is your seed." And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and took bread and a bottle of water, and gave it to Hagar, and put it on her shoulders and the child, and sent her away. And she departed and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. Hold on. Okay, Google. What does the name Beersheba mean?
According to Wikipedia, Bear is the Hebrew word for well. Shiva could mean 7 or oath.
So, like the seventh well. So, the well of 7, I guess. And the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. And she went and sat down over against him a good way off, as it were a bow shot. For she said, Let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him, and lifted up her voice and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called Hagar out of the heaven, and said to her, What ails you, Hagar? Fear not, for God has heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in your hand, for I will make him a great nation. And God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went and filled the bottle with water, and gave the lad drink. And God was with the lad, and he grew and dwelled in the wilderness, and became an archer. And he dwelled in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. And it came to pass that at that time that Abimelech and Phicol and Phicol, the chief of captain of the host, spoke to Abraham, saying, God is with you in all that you do. Now therefore swear to me here by God that you will not deal falsely with me, nor with my son, nor with that my son's son, but according to the kindness that I have done to you, you shall do to me and to the land wherein you have sojourned. Okay, Google, what does the word sojourned mean?
Here's the definition of sojourn. Formal. A temporary stay.
Okay, that's cleared up. And Abimelech said, I know not whom he has done this thing, neither did you tell me, neither yet heard I of it, but today. And Abraham took sheep and oxen and gave them to Abimelech, and both of them made a covenant. And Abraham sent 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. And Abimelech said to Abraham, What mean these 7 ewe lambs which you have sent by themselves? And he said, For 7 ewe lambs shall you take my hand, that they may be a witness to me that I have digged this well. Why he called that place Beersheba, because there they swore both of them. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba, and Abimelech rose up, and Phicol, the chief captain of his host, and they returned into the land of the Philistines. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba, and called there on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. And Abraham sojourned in the Philistines' land many days. So I wonder if the well that he dug was the same well that Hagar found. Um, so, yes. They may have come to it and then gone away from there to another place. Yep. Anyway, goodbye, eat all the potato chips in the world.